Hi guys, thanks for tuning into the channel again. My name is Liz and I'm a part-time reseller in Maryland. In today's video, I share a yard sale haul with you that has plenty of unique and valuable items. Let's go check them out. So let's jump into this yard sale haul. We're going to start from left to right. Now I didn't find this exact dress form, but I can tell that it's vintage. I've never had this particular one. If you know anything about like this style, it almost feels like paper mache, but I think it's plastic that's been painted. But I think the stand itself, pardon my binoculars and such, is either wood or metal or both. So she will be useful for me if I decide to keep her, but also these routinely sell locally for $50 or more. So she's a nice piece for people to have. I got this traveling bar set. Someone, I hope that they're going to comment, told me that they wanted one of these the next time I found one. So I can only hope that they'll come out of the woodwork and that they will be able to snatch up this beautiful little case. I think I paid $8 for that, and they sell very well for me. I'll throw up comps for things where I think it's warranted or if I don't get a chance to tell you. Locally, I probably sell those for $30 to $50, but I think they go for a lot more online, and I'll check on that for you. I didn't, by the way, put everything I bought in this haul because it didn't make sense to just show you all the volume, but I did put about 75% of what I got, and I tried to include all the teachable moments that I could, so that you could be inspired to go out there and you'd have a little bit more knowledge ammunition. So there was a woman selling mostly costume jewelry. She was very organized, and she liked to tell you a lot about her wares. And she had a few nice pieces. This is an amber and sterling necklace. This is amber, silver, jade, and coral. This is beautiful. This isn't really my style, but I do love amber, so this one I might keep, but those do sell well. And I'll throw up comps again for some of these things. I wasn't familiar with this particular Queen Anne collection. These are cultured pearls, not precious metals, but this is the whole set. And I believe in the jewelry industry, they call it a parure. I can't really say that very well, in spite of all my French training. In other words, it's a set that matches, like a suite, I guess, maybe you could call it. Chest sets really sell. I only pulled out a few pieces to show you. These are really interesting pieces. The man who was selling this stuff, well, this set, oh, there he goes, whoops, in particular, was just so nice. And he had a bunch of stuff for free, and he just wanted to get rid of it. And I grabbed some Boy Scout patches, and this one might be one, I'm not sure. I haven't had that one before. I'll have to look it up. But these patches cracked me up. Vote for me for president, I'm tired of school. Like, I want to wear that one on my pants pocket. So these are Smarty Pants patches. These could be quite old. I don't know how valuable they are. I did a tiny bit of research before I recorded the haul, but since I had everything set up, I had to record it so we could have our kitchen table back. So I will put up comps for things that I find after the fact so that we can both learn from this experience. I do try to buy art glass, although it doesn't always sell for me, but I believe that this is a Blanco pinched vase. I'm not 100% sure. I didn't even check it for the signature, but based on Google Lens or Google image search, this is a good value at 75 cents. I actually bought two of those. They match. I do tend to buy things if they're in their box. This is like a liquid little game with like a diamond ring, and there's a hook in there. I'm sure that's some kind of a play on words, since it's called the hooker, and there's a diamond ring and like some luscious lips there. And I was shocked by the comp on that one. I don't really buy a lot of Crocs, but this one was so cool. It's got this name on it, A.P. Donahoe, Parkersburg, West Virginia. And I thought maybe if someone's from there or they are related to that family, I think it was a store maybe. Let me know what you think. For $3, I took a shot. The first yard sale I went to, I got most of this Pyrex. And this is one of the more popular patterns, right? This, if you don't know, this is Amish butter print. You can see this top friggy, that's the small dish with the ribbed lid, has a lot more wear than the bottom one. Now this piece, I feel like this is like that, is it 80s? The advertisement, the commercial that was like, this is your brain on drugs. This is your Pyrex on dishwasher damage. And to be honest, I didn't notice because I was so excited to find more Pyrex. So I may donate the bottom and keep the top, because the tops do sell pretty well, and I often need a replacement when I am adding to my collection. But to find a set of Amish butter print at the first yard sale I went to, I almost passed out, and I think I paid about $3 for it. So I felt really lucky. That was the same lady that I bought a bunch of jewelry from. Again, I bought like a basket of mostly costume jewelry from that woman. I just didn't have enough space and didn't want to do two separate legs or segments of the haul. I love vintage barware. So do a lot of other people. And this is so adorable. I love when they do this. What's funny is that every state thinks that they drink bigger shots than everybody else. When I used a Google image search to find this, I found some other state. And I've seen other states in the past, so everybody thinks they're real big drinkers. It's kind of funny. Peanut stuff is still collectible, and when you see these little like sleeves or boxes with sets of books, they're usually worth picking up for a few dollars because people want that whole set. This is, I believe, from the late 60s. Now this game, I'm sure you've seen it before. The lady really wanted to show me how it all worked, and I really wanted to move on and run to other yard sales. And she was so adorable. She must have been excited about it. I paid $1 for this game. When you see the comp, you'll want to find one too. I'm not sure that I've ever actually bought one before, but worth picking up. That's why it's in the haul. These are by Toll. I think the name was Byfield. The woman was nice enough to write it right on there. I think we are keeping these. We need new steak knives, but I think I paid $5. So if you look at the comp, that's great. Now, these are amazing. I bought a whole box of these, you guys. These like plastic figures of different like comic book and horror movie, sci-fi movie like figures. Now they are like the cheapest plastic, to be honest. Look at the snake. But I had to get them. And just the comp on this one was $75. I will try to do sold comps when I can, but sometimes I'm moving quickly to get this video out to you. So sometimes it actually makes a difference to my life if I just throw up a comp, especially if it's a repeat comp that looks pretty good. But I am aware that there's a difference in case you were worried about that. Now this man who sold me the swamp thing, this creature, over here in the chess set, said that this was his Hess toy when he was a kid. It's the original. Now it's not perfect. It needs to be cleaned up, but I've never had one of the originals, so I had to grab it. He had a lot of toys, so I got a couple of trolls. They need to be cleaned up too. This was the California Redwoods, and this was a 75-cent little, I guess it's a vase. You'd have to put a little, maybe a glass votive holder so you could put something in that. I don't think I'd want to burn something in that. That doesn't seem like a good idea. But I guess wooden candle holders are used all the time, so maybe I'm wrong. I also bought a whole bunch of vintage matchboxes from this guy. And this is a vintage matchbox case I've never seen. It's so cool. They all have some wear, but a lot of them have the name Lesney, which I will put up on the screen for you. And some of them you probably have never seen and I've never seen. If you see these trucks, like a milk truck, you see like an ice cream truck, you need to keep an eye out for those. Condition does matter, but these are unusual, right? This one, I've never seen that one before. If you've got like a, what do they call it? Not cross interest, but not only would a matchbox collector want this, right? But a BP, like a Petroliana person might also want this. I don't even understand what this is. Is it a big fuel truck? It looks kind of like a bus. I don't think I want to go on the BP bus. But anyway, I wanted to show those to you. I'm not going to open up the case. There are a whole bunch of them. There's a whole box from over here. But I pulled out a few so that I could remind you to look for those unusual trucks or cars and condition and the name Leslie. It will be right underneath on the cars, and you can usually read it pretty clearly. Sorry, I'm not really doing what I'm supposed to be doing. Okay, I don't buy a lot of tins. I don't buy a lot of like tobacco or lard tins, but I liked this one. But I also liked that it had all these pieces inside. Thank you, Commonwealth Picker, for teaching me that these are game board pieces for those big wooden game boards that people sometimes put on their walls as like decoration. But these are the pieces and people need the pieces. So I think the value is in both of these things, and it's kind of shocking. I'll put up a comp for both the tin and also the pieces. I got this Masters of the Universe lunchbox from the 80s. I'm pretty sure my brother would love this. So cool, paid $1. Pretty awesome. So I'm psyched about that. There are a couple of nudes over here, but they're paintings. I don't know what YouTube's rule is, so I'm gonna try to keep it chaste. Here's what's interesting about these. I bought these beautiful paintings at the same place where I bought the dress form, and the lady said you can have them for free because they're nude. Okay, moving along. Oh goodness, I think it'll be okay. It's a painting, for goodness sake. So I thought this piece of art was really weird. It's just the lines on it are just different from anything I've ever seen. And are they wrestling? Not sure. There is a name on the back. I'm gonna spin this around as carefully as I can. Lithograph print done by Robert H. Keller, late 60s. I just think that's so amazing. I'm going downwards so we don't get a flash of this gorgeous woman, just in case that matters. If you see vintage tarot cards, you should grab them. People collect these and they're just adding to their collection. So that one has some value. Now, I bought a ton of books, but this is just a sampling, again, because it would take way too long and too much table space to show you. Now, I have a disclaimer. I buy books that I think people might enjoy reading and might buy from me. That doesn't necessarily mean that I want to go to Paris, although I do. It doesn't necessarily mean that I support the things that are in these books. Obviously, nothing illegal or truly, scary. But I did buy a bunch of books. I will throw up a few comps. I bought like some oddities and like magic books because I thought people would find them interesting. People like to read about this stuff. Mankind has always liked to read about things that are scary and the unknown. It does not mean that I'm trying to teach a bunch of dark arts to the youth of America. This book was a surprise. This came from the sale where I got the free nude paintings, and it looked older to me, so I was kind of excited. It looks like, I really hope, so it is the first edition, it's the third printing, but first edition is pretty important, so that's still okay. 1957. I'll put up a comp for this as well so you can see. I buy a lot of books, and I do buy them a lot on instinct, and like I look at the age. But if you want to slow down, you can do that and see if they are actually worth picking up, or you can look carefully to see if it's the first edition. But I wanted to show you a sampling of some of the unusual things I might have picked up, but also some things that might be more lucrative for you, so that when you're out there, you'll be like, oh, you know what? Liz said that vintage chess set sell, or oh, this is a traveling bar set. That sells pretty well and that's easy to ship, right? Oh, I should look for this pattern in Pyrex. Some people might not know that like this plastic item has kind of a lot of value. So anyway, I did want to show you a sampling. I had a lot of fun out there today. I hope when you go out there, you have a lot of fun. You find some amazing treasures to share. And I always hope that you never stop searching. I will see you guys next time.